Welcome to Personal Mastery Training. I'm your host, Alvin Brown, former world class athlete turned entrepreneur and consultant. Join us as we learn from guests who have conquered their inner battles and share their journeys to success. Get ready for inspirational masterclasses and thought provoking strategy sessions to fuel your path to personal mastery. Let's dive in. All right, so let's call this one What Commitment Looks Like. So I have for years now, decades, I've had the pleasure of watching the new talent come through the dance studio that my wife owns. And this is the studio I danced at for years when I was 16 years old. And now my wife's become the owner of the studio. And it's amazing just watching these young kids develop and what they become through dance. It's been an amazing journey and introspection just watching them. So my job is to film the dancers so they can review it after the show is over and refine and fine tune it for the next competition. So every so often I look for who's going to poke through the masses and really show themselves as the one to watch. And so this time I was watching one particular dancer and she really stuck out to me. She's probably, I would say, 12 or 13 years old, possibly. And she's been catching eyes for a while, but this year she's really come into her own. And she takes the choreography that she's given and makes it her own and commits to it. And you can see it on stage. She just attacks the number, attacks the piece. I'm sure taking what the choreographer has given her and adding her flavor to it. This fire, it just captures your eye. You know, they say 93% of communication is nonverbal and 55% is body language. So 55% of how we communicate is coming through the body and how we deliver it. So this person, this young woman, takes the choreo, 5, 6, 7, 8, and says, okay, give me it. I'm going to eat this. And she adds her own flavor to it. And then you can't help but just know you don't have to be a dancer. You don't have to be a singer. You don't have to be an actor to know when you see talent. You don't have to be experiencing the thing to see a good golfer, a good whatever it is. You just know that person has that thing and something that draws your eye. And she did just that. So I'm watching her and I'm thinking to myself, what separates her between the other dancers? And the other dancers are great too, but there's that little extra something. And we all know what I'm talking about. People have that little extra something. We can't put our hands on it. We can't put our fingers on it. We just know there's something there that keeps us captivated. And as I was thinking, watching it, I thought, commitment. She's committed. She committed to the choreography and went all in. See, a lot of times, a lot of us know what to do. We know the mechanics of doing it, but there's no commitment to it. And we don't follow through. We kind of do it. We kind of show up. We kind of do what we were told to do. We kind of follow the rules, the directions, the steps. But if you want to be great, if you want to achieve mastery, it has to be a full commitment to the thing you say you love, to the passion project you're working on. And when you do that, everyone can tell what commitment looks like. Everyone can tell. They say if you build it, they will come. And that's what that means. I remember P.T. Barnum, I think it's his quote or his wisdom he left behind was, you wanted to build something so great that not only are you going to come from miles around, but you're going to bring friends with you. And that's what we want to do with our life. What is it that you're doing? And I remember this was me too. in a lot of things I did. I was so self-conscious about, what people are thinking or how I'm doing it and what's the outcome. I wasn't always, there's moments, I've had flashes, but I wasn't always present and engaged and fully committed. I was committed to a certain level, but there was times when I was fully committed to what I'm doing. And when I did that, I entered into that zone that every athlete, every high performer wants to get to. And it's called commitment. And it's called that flow state. The flow state. Nihai Csikszentmihalyi, I think, is the person who studied flow. Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. He studied flow. And he talked about that idea, this state where everything moves slow. This state where if you're in basketball, the rim of the net looks huge. If you're hockey, everyone else is moving slower around you. It's where Gretzky said, I'm not going where the puck is. I'm going where it's gonna be. And that's the way when you're in flow, you're in that state. So what does commitment look like? Well, it looked like you left your heart on the stage. You stop worrying about what everyone else thinks and you just do your thing for you. You commit. You go all in. No holes barred. You naked. You're vulnerable. You leave it all out there despite any feedback. You don't worry about critics. You don't worry about judgment. You don't worry about the narrative in your head. You just release and you just show up fully, openly, and commit to the choreography, commit to the steps, commit to the process, commit to the thing you're doing fully, completely. Put yourself in state. And when you're in that state, everything is magnetized. All eyes are on you. Everything turns around. As I'm watching her, I just thought, wow, what a special place to be. And I hope she never comes out of it. I hope she never discovers the negative narratives of life, the critics. I hope she never reviews anyone, haters, or anyone who's jealous. I hope she just continues to, wherever she is, wherever she goes, to just attack the piece. I hope she does that in her entire life because it's a super special place. It's a place that so many of us fear to go, fear to tread because of lack of vulnerability. We're afraid of judgment. We're afraid of critics. We're afraid of our own narratives. And we don't go there. It's the obstacle. It's the curtain that a lot of us don't step through. But I can guarantee you, I've had moments, and they were beautiful moments. There were moments when it's just elation. It's a drug. You see athletes do it every so often. And most people would run through fire to get to this feeling. So I just pray she continues to go down that road. She continues to honor her gifts. She continues to hone it because it's a special place. It's a special place, and everyone will know what commitment looks like when they see you. If you're a speaker, commit to the role, commit to the language, commit to the speech you wrote. And remember that writing a speech is 7%. 55 is your body language, how you deliver it through your body. 38% is your tonality, the ups, the downs, the sad, the pauses, everything is involved. When you do art, it's committing. Don't paint by numbers. It's committing to the art, the colors, everything about it. If you're doing business, sales, commit to the person in front of you. And be wherever you are, be there. If you're in a relationship, commit. Commitment. It's a special place, it's a special thing. So that's what commitment looks like. We will all know. I don't have to describe it to you. When you're transfixed on a performance, when you are caught up by someone else's, the way they show up, that's what commitment looks like. but it has to come from you committing to the choreo, committing to the performance, committing to your dreams, committing to the rehearsals, the boring stuff, the dull stuff, because you know one day when the lights go up, you're going to shine. Commitment. It is my third pillar in my four pillars of mastery, my book coming out this year. I'm going to talk about it. All right. So that's what commitment looks like. It looks like a full embodiment of your work. All right. If you know somebody who needs to hear this, please like first, subscribe, and share this. Be awesome. I would love. The world yearns. The world is yearning for someone to show up authentically and deliver their gifts to the world. So, all right. Until next time, commit to whatever you do and show up boldly, authentically, unapologetically, and give it your all. It's something special. All right. Peace. I'm out.